Cycles. This is a message for those who feel like they have been walking in cycles. Like you're on a treadmill, you're trying to catch up and you never seem to catch up. Like life keeps spinning at you and spinning at you and spinning at you, and you're trying all that you can just to carry on, just to keep up the pace, and yet you're sweating. God wants to speak to those who feel like they are running and chasing an endless game. There's two things I feel like he wants to talk about. One is the manna. So manna translates into what is it? And here God is referring to his ability to supernaturally provide for you. His ability to do something that you couldn't understand or doesn't seem logical or possible or understandable. He doesn't necessarily want you to be waiting on the manna. He doesn't want you to have to live life in a circle, in a continuous treadmill. He has somewhere for you to go, and you've got to get off the treadmill to get there. The other thing that I felt he wanted to talk about was the promised land, the place where he's bringing you to. And look, there were Israelites who died in the wilderness, correct? There were ones who died in that cycle. You do not want to be in that cycle. You do not want your story to end in that cycle and never reaching where you're meant to go. Notice that the promised land, I'm reading from Deuteronomy chapter 8, starting at verse 6. So you shall keep the commandments of the Lord your God by walking in his ways and by fearing him. For the Lord your God is bringing you into a good land, a land of brooks of water, of fountains and springs, flowing out in the valleys and hills, a land of wheat and barley, of vines and fig trees and pomegranates, a land of olive trees and honey, a land in which you will eat bread without scarcity, in which you will lack nothing. A land whose stones are iron and out of whose hills you can dig copper. And you shall eat and be full, and you shall bless the Lord your God for the good land he has given you. You were not destined to live a treadmill lifestyle. Whether that's in terms of your spiritual life, in terms of your physical life, in terms of your financial life, whatever that looks like for you, you were not made to run on a treadmill and never get to where God wants to take you to. Because there is somewhere that he wants to take you to. Notice that the way that you will get there is by first keeping the commandments of the Lord your God, and you do that by walking in his ways and by fearing him. Walking in his ways and by fearing him. These are the two things that is going to bring you off the treadmill and into your promised land, however that's meant to look for you. Because God's intention is not to be feeding you by the miraculous on a daily basis. His intention is for you to enter a place that is overflowing with bounty. A place that is overflowing and does not contain lack. That's the place. That is the promised land right there for you. It is not this wilderness treadmill. So let's just get off it. You've been on it too long. Let's get off of the treadmill by walking in his ways and by fearing him. That's going to bring you so very close to where you are meant to be, my friend. God bless.